Hello everyone. Today I thought I would show you how I created this card using some scraps as far as pattern paper, a few Stampin' Up! Stamps, but also an acrylic. You know, I love those acrylic stamps from the dollar bin. Trying hard to use up my scraps for various things. So to create this card, what you're going to need is a card back. Mine is 4 inches wide by 5.5 inches long, some ribbon, a few punches. I'll be using a 1 1/4 circle punch from Stampin' Up!, a 1 1/2 circle scalloped circle punch from Stampin' Up!. I'm going to be using this heart love stamp, which is also Stampin' Up! Unfortunately, it's from 2005, so I can't tell you what the set is. We're going to use some Dazzling Diamonds glitter and an acrylic block and our acrylic stamp. So let's do the stamping portion first. So I'm just inking it up, and I'm using Riding Hood Red ink. And I found that when you really prime these acrylic sets, they come up pretty well. And so that'll be pink. Now to make these pretty and to allow them to dry, I love this little stick quickie glue pen. I think it was a couple of bucks at Michael's or what have you. And all I'm going to do is make sure it's coming out. Run the glue over the interior of the heart. Okay. And then I use a pair of tweezers. Just pick it up with, and I try and hold it down here just so I can get as much covered. And then I keep my Dazzling Diamonds in this Rubbermaid container with a very secure lid. And I keep the spoon right in there. Tip I learned from, I think, multiple people. Makes the stuff last a bit longer. So, and this just does not want to stay. So, cover it over, shake it off. I'll show you after I get the other one done. Got a little bit from the doggone tweezers. Alright. So this can go away. And these guys are going to dry a little bit. Hopefully you can see it. I'll try and zoom in here. You see it? Sparkly? Okay. So, then all we need to do is put together our card. So, I just have some adhesive, and this is our striped pattern paper. Top. And if it's too long, I don't worry about it. I just trim it off when I'm finished. Here's our hearts. I don't know if you can see that. Forgive all the camera shaking out of frame stuff. I'm still learning. Okay, so as you can see, it's too long. So all I do is flip it over and cut it off as straight as I can. Okay, perfect. Okay, so next we're just going to get our ribbon around here. And I would show you how to tie a bow, but I'm terrible at it, so just get out this spool. Kind of shift it over to where we want. And then we're going to trim our edges. One trick with ribbon, and I'm sure this is probably an old trick, is I have a special pair of scissors that I only cut ribbon with. Makes it a little easier. Okay. So then we're going to stamp out or punch out our image. This is the 1 1/4 circle punch. And that's our image. And I just did Riding Hood Red Ink and pink cardstock. And then we just need scallop circle, 1 1/2 out of white. So now we're just ready to assemble. So all we're going to do is take some Stampin' Dimensionals and adhere this stuff. With these dimensional guys, but I just like the effect. A little sparkly. Done. Becker. And there's 2. And that's our finished card. I hope you enjoyed Stampin' Sundays.